Alright guys, Boss Metal again. I'm gonna do another Halloween review for a good movie in the series. It's Halloween 4. It's the Return of Michael Myers. It came out in 1988. It's made for 5 million bucks. Directed by Dwight H. Little. It's the guy that did Mark of Death with Pete Seagal, Rapid Fire. Uh, he's even doing a Tekken movie coming out. I guess that'll be interesting. Stars Ellie Cornell. She was in part 5. House of the Dead. You get Daniel Harris, played Jamie Lloyd. She was in part 5 as well. She's even in Halloween 1 and 2 remakes. And it's kind of funny too when you think about it, because she's like 9 or 10 in Halloween 4 and 5. And then she's in the Halloween remake and she's topless. That's kind of gross when you think about it, but I mean, she's hot, so you have to let it slide. But I don't like to think about her as a little girl in 4 and 5, and then watch the remake. Kind of weird and creepy, but to each his own, I guess. And of course, you get Donald Pleasance as Loomis once again. I mean, can't do no wrong with him. Uh, Basic plot: Michael's alive. That's part 2, and it kind of starts off like Halloween 1, actually, where these two, I guess they're like paramedics from another institution, are going to transport Michael, and he's supposedly sedated, and they have him in the back of a ambulance, and they're talking about, well, he's the only living family, and one of them mentions that, oh, he's got a niece that was in Haddonfield, and that awakens Michael. Gets pisses him off, and he kills the two paramedics. And anyway, goes to back to the institution where he came from, and Dr. Loomis was pissed off because they didn't notify him that they were moving Michael. And then they get a call saying that they found the ambulance wrecked on the side of the road, and Loomis and the head of the institution go look, and Loomis knows he's headed to Haddonfield to go to his niece. Meantime, Danielle Harris, her character lives with Ellie Cornell, and it's like her adopted family, I guess, the Lloyd family. And anyway, like all the kids at school making fun of Daniel Harris, saying her uncle's a boogeyman, and Ellie Cornell's pissed off because she's gonna watch Daniel Harris on Halloween night because she was supposed to have a date with this guy named Brady in the movie. And anyway, Michael gets a jumpsuit and gets a mask, and Jamie Jamie Lloyd or Daniel Harris, she goes trick or treating, and Michael's pretty much stalking Ellie Cornell and Daniel Harris throughout the movie. And there's pretty cool kills and stuff. I don't really want to give away the movie too much, but there's a pretty cool climactic scene on the rooftop between Michael and the two main characters. And yeah, all in all, Halloween 4 is actually pretty decent entry in the series. Uh, I mean, it blows away Part 5 by far. Part 5, I think, is just a fucking piece of crap. It's after a movie like Halloween 4, I mean, they really tried to bring the basic element that was Halloween with like the first movie back. I think that it kind of worked and it kind of didn't. I mean, Halloween 1 was like a independent movie made for 325,000 bucks. Halloween 4, $5 million budget, and it just means more people, their hands are in the pot and stuff, and it works, and then it kind of doesn't. It has that studio kind of look, which Halloween 1 didn't. I mean, I kind of like, the cheap ass look at Halloween 1, but Halloween 4, nonetheless, it's a decent entry in the series. This makeup effects handled by Wayne Toth. This movie actually was finished and submitted to the studio, and they thought it was too soft, so they brought in John Carl Buechler, and he's the guy that did the effects for Friday the 7, uh, Ghoulies, Mausoleum. He's done a ton of special effects for movies throughout the 80s and 90s. And they brought him in. He was responsible for the neck rip at towards the end and the thumb going in the dude's forehead at the beginning. So they tried to add a little more graphic violence and gore into it. I think to capitalize on what was going on at the time. And it's not too over the top. It's definitely more graphic than part one. It's about on par, I think, with part two in my opinion. But all in all, Halloween 4 is a good movie. Now, there's a couple things I don't like about this movie, and number one would be the mask. I think it looks pretty cheesy and cheap. Uh, I don't know if they remolded the mask after the original, because I know the original got stolen at one point. But I think it looks dumb. It looks to me like it's like a thin material, like synthetic, and it looks like it just like moves on George Wilbur's face. I don't know. It doesn't look stable. It just looks cheap to me. And I didn't dig it at all. Um, the acting in this movie, surprisingly, is really good. I think it's a strong point. Daniela Harris, the child actor, was really good. She wasn't annoying. Like I talk about some child actors that annoy me, some other reviews of mine, but she does a pretty decent job. Now, however, she was fucking annoying in part five, but part four she gets away really well. Ellie Cornell's good for what she's got to do. Uh, Donald Pleasance once again, spot on as Dr. Loomis. I mean, you can't do any better than him. George Wilbur plays Michael this time around. And in my opinion, I think he's the best Michael. He played Michael in part six as well. And I just think he has an overall build, like a presence, and just something about him that's fucking menacing. Like, uh, he reminds me of Ted White that played Jason in Friday the 13th 4. Like, he's kind of like old school, tough ass, I want to fucking rip your throat out kind of stash it to him. It's nuts. Even without the mask and when he's in the hospital robes and he's got all the bandages wrapped around his head, he's just fucking like menacing. The veins popping out of his arms and shit. And he's a really good Michael, and I enjoyed him in part six as well. So I mean, that'd be cool to see him come back, but it probably won't happen. Rob Zombie and whatnot. But all in all, Halloween 4, it's a pretty enjoyable movie. Like I said, it's one of the best out of the whole series. I have a tendency to watch, one, two, four. I even like part six. Now, I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for that, but for some reason I like part six too. But Halloween 4, definitely better than part three. Beats the fuck out of part five. I'm not saying part three sucks, but it's a whole different kind of movie. 4 to 5 fuck yous for this one. Check out my other reviews, rate my videos, do whatever you guys want to do. Stay fucking brutal.